Hello and welcome to Magical Travel Adventure. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to talk about the Beach Club Resort at Walt Disney World. If this is the first time you are here, my name is Lauren. I am a travel advisor. I specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruising, specifically Alaskan cruising, and I help prioritize your vacation needs so that you get the vacation that you want. So, in today's episode, we are going to be talking all about the Beach Club Resort. I am doing a little series about the resorts, not just talking about what is there, but kind of talking about pros and pros and cons that I have from other people who have stayed there, a lot of my clients who have stayed there, so that you can get a feel if this is the right resort for you and your family. Now, if you can't tell, it is the Christmas season when I'm recording this, so I have my little special Christmas tree behind me that is from my grandmother. And she actually made it. I guess it was a big thing back in the day to do that. And so, yes, that is in the background. So it's a little dated, so you'll know that I did this during the Christmas season, but I'm sure you can still enjoy. All right, so let's talk about the Beach Club Resort. The Beach Club Resort is beautiful. And one of the things that's really hard for people to understand is that it's actually attached to another resort. So, what I mean by this is if we look at a map, this right here, so this is kind of hard to explain. This right here is the Beach Club Resort. See how it's like the same tone of ceiling of roofing. This is where the beach club is. Then when it starts turning into this tannish area and the beach club villas over here. So the main part of Beach Club Resort is here. Then these are the rooms. And then over here are the beach club villas. So the difference between the Beach Club Resort and the Beach Club Villas is the Beach Club Villas are Disney Vacation Club. So that's kind of Disney's answer to timeshares. So there are some people who own points and can rent in the Disney Vacation Club villas, but you can also purchase with cash these rooms, which I'll get into in a few minutes. But this is the resort part, but it is also attached over here to the Yacht Club Resort. So a lot of times when I'm talking about stuff that's here, I am talking about something that is somewhere in between all those buildings. So as you can tell, there are it's a very large space. It could be very large from going from one end to the other, but the Beach Club Resort and the Yacht Club Resort do share a lot of the same food. The biggest thing that they share is this pool area here. This is also a convention hotel. This is the convention center over here. So, I mean, unless you're doing a convention there, it really doesn't matter to you. But so just understand that we're going to focus on the beach club area today, the rooms. But when we talk about food and the amenities, I am going to talk about all of them because they're all kind of connected together. So, some of the basics is the Beach Club Resorts is one of the deluxe resorts. So, there's value, moderate, deluxe, and deluxe villas. So, it's a deluxe resort, and obviously, it has the deluxe villas, that Disney Vacation Club part to it. There are standard rooms, there are club level rooms, and suites. Those suites, there are few and far between, but there are a few. And also, sometimes you can consider Disney Vacation Club kind of a suite. They do have Disney Vacation Club rooms, and they have a quick service, table service, a lounge, and signature dining experiences. So all the different types of dining experiences that you can have, including even a character breakfast, is at this resort. There are 2 pools, but there is one large major pool, and there's actually, like, if you count the Vacation Club, it's kind of a little more. To get to the resorts, to get to the parks, the options are walking, Skyliner, boat, and bus transportation, depending on where you're going. That does not mean that you can walk to every park, take the Skyliner to every park, take the boat to every park, or take a bus even to every park. So it will make a difference where you're going on what kind of transportation you're going to take. So just a quick overview. There are amenities there at all Disney World resorts, so I'm not going to go over those individually here, but there are bell services, complimentary transportation to the parks, quick service dining, pools, arcades, gift shops, activities at the resort. No matter what category you are, those are things that are going to be offered at the resort. So let's look at a standard room. So in the deluxe rooms, the standard rooms are larger. They're around 4,400 square feet total. I'm having a numbers day if you can't tell. So, with around 400 square feet, it normally sleeps 4 people. Sometimes you can get a fifth person in, kind of depends. And then there is a bathroom. Jeez, I do know words, don't worry. There is a bathroom. It's a split bathroom with 2 sinks, and then the shower and toilet are combined. Now, on the Disney Vacation Club side, you can see, so even though this is the Vacation Club side, the side that you would own on, you can also purchase these rooms separately. You also can rent points from people. I do not help with renting points, but there are people out there there are businesses. I can definitely point you in the right direction if you need help with that. And I would say just know your terms and conditions if you book through renting points. It's just like any other timeshare. If you're taking it from someone else, there are a lot of contracts and rules. But Disney Vacation Club rooms, as you can see, this is a standard room that is a studio. So this couch here will turn into a bed so it can sleep 4. There are larger ones. They're called 1-bedrooms, which have full kitchens. 2-bedrooms also have full kitchens, and the Grand Villas also have full kitchens. Like I'm talking about full refrigerator, full freezer, stove, oven, cups, plates, everything. So if I have a lot of people that this is actually, I would say this is the resort where most people don't actually stay at the resort when they book with me. They stay at Disney Vacation Club. They pay for they pay for the cash rooms because they love that 1-bedroom. I'm a parent. If you are a parent and you want that separation from your kids, the 1-bedroom is perfect for you because parents, you can close that door. Your kids can be out there, and I can teach you how to make sure the doors don't open so the kids can't escape. All right, so now let's move on to the dining experience. So here, I think that this is a little confusing to people, and I try to explain it the best I can. But the Beach Club Marketplace is a quick service area. So you will see this kind of quick service area. But first, you're going to walk in through the gift, like where you would buy like clothes, souvenirs, things like that to get into it. So the marketplace is kind of closer. Depending on where you're staying, this might be kind of a longer way to get to you. But what I like is if you are inside in your room, unless you're staying at certain vacation club rooms, you can walk inside to get to this place, meaning you don't need to walk outside to get to this quick service place. In fact, you can walk all the way through all of Beach Club, all of Yacht Club without going outside. So if it's torrential downpour, you're in your room and you want to go get something to eat, this is where you can come and you don't need to go outside. That is a huge selling point because that is not true at a lot of the deluxe resorts at Disney World. It went backwards. Don't worry. It's fine. It just likes to start over. Now, there is also a quick service market on the Yacht Club side, and that is called Market at Ale and Compass. Again, like I'm showing you, you open into the gift shop, and then as you go into the gift shop, it's kind of where the quick service location is. Now, there is also Beaches and Cream. And this is like a soda shop, but you can make reservations here and eat here. It's amazing. They have this thing, everything but the kitchen sink, and it's this huge ice cream thing. So if you and your family want to do that, you can do that. This is Cape May Cafe. This is considered on the beach club side, and this is the character dining experience. If you are interested in a breakfast character dining experience, this is it. It is Minnie with her friends, so it kind of like might change up who's there. But Minnie is there, and she's in her swimwear with her friends, and they come by and visit the table. This is a buffet, so you can enjoy that. You can see I have a little mini back there, way back there, but back there. Now, Ale and Compass Restaurant. This is technically on the yacht club side, but it is part of the resort. This is a table service, so you need a reservation to sit down and eat here. Then for signature service, there is the Yachtsman Steakhouse. Again, this is on the yacht side, not the beach club side. But again, they're all connected, and kind of the restaurants are all, I don't want to say in a line because that's not, all the table service and signature service are all right near each other and kind of off. If you walk into the main entrance of beach club or yacht club, the main place, then you're walking in, and to the right is a lot of the restaurants. So it's not like it's super far away. It's kind of centrally located for that reason. Now, signature service means that it's elevated experience. This is a more personalized dining experience. So if you are looking for an amazing steak, this is where you're going to go. Everything here is a la carte. It's not like things are included. And if you don't want to go there, but you want that food, if you go to the Cruise Cup Lounge, which is a lounge, they offer some, not all, of the menu that is in the Yachtsman Steakhouse. So this is an option for you also. Then on the beach club side, there is the Martha's Vineyard Lounge also. Again, it's more drinks. There's sometimes a few things that you can order for food, but not like a meal here. And then there's also the Ale and Compass Lounge. Again, it's more drinks related here. So there is the Beach Club Marketplace. So this is like the main souvenir shop here. Again, it's part of the market. So you're going to walk through this if you are going to the quick service location. Pools. Let's talk the pools. Beach Club and Yacht Club are really known for sharing this pool called Stormalong Bay. Stormalong Bay is huge. It's very large. There are different parts to it. So I'm trying to show you, like, there is like this ship where there is a slide. So there is a water slide here, but it's very windy and twisty. When you're staying at Beach Club and Yacht Club, you're kind of sharing that space. So there are a lot of different spaces, but like if you have small kids and you're trying to watch them and you want to sit down at all and not 100% be with them in the pool, it's going to be really hard to find them. So unless you're going to be with your kids the whole time, even though there's lifeguards, pool safety, you want to be where you can see your kids. This will be very hard to see your kids because there's so many like offshoots and places that they can be. So just be aware of that. But if your kids are older, or if like my son's younger, he's 4, I would only let him go into a pool if I was there. So I think it's amazing. It does get very crowded. So make sure that you're looking at that, or if where you're going to sit is very important to you, make sure that you're getting there when they open in the morning. There is a quiet pool also that's just like a basic pool if you are interested in that. But everyone wants to be at Stormalong Bay. And if you're going, you really should make time to go to the pool area. Now, there is also Ship Shape Massage Salon Fitness. And as you can see, they have a full-on salon, and they do have massages, and they do offer some like pedicure, manicure type stuff also. And then there's a fitness center also. They're not all in the exact same space, but they are all right near each other. So that's how that works. Now, let's talk about transportation when you're going to the different parks. So you can walk to Hollywood Studios and EPCOT if you're staying at Beach Club, or even if you were staying at Yacht Club. EPCOT is much closer to you, depending on where you are, to walk to. Hollywood Studios can sometimes be a longer walk. And a lot of times, what I'll say is in the morning, it might be easy. You can walk to Hollywood Studios, but on the way back, you might not want to walk back from Hollywood Studios to the resort. So there's two options. There is also a boat. If you walk out the back, you're walking towards EPCOT, the boats, the Skyliner. So if you're walking out the back, you can take a boat to EPCOT and Hollywood Studios. Now, when I say you're going to EPCOT, you're going in the back of EPCOT into International Gateway. So going in where the countries are. You're not going up the front where the ball is, Spaceship Earth. Okay, that's not where you're entering from. You're entering in between England and France in the countries. If you're walking, taking the boat, or taking the Skyliner, those all mean you're coming in through International Gateway of EPCOT, just so you're aware. Now, the Skyliner also runs, it's right outside EPCOT, so you can't really take the Skyliner to EPCOT because it's like 5 feet away from where you're going to enter into EPCOT. But you can walk over to the Skyliner and take it to Hollywood Studios if you don't want to walk. Now, it's still going to be a little bit of a walk to get to the Skyliner. So it's kind of up to you. I love the Skyliner, so I'm going to take the Skyliner any chance I can get. But the boat might be better to take back or take to Hollywood Studios because there's not as much walking involved. Now, if you're going to Magic Kingdom or Animal Kingdom or even Disney Springs, bus transportation is the provided transportation. So let's talk some of the pros and cons. Some of the pros of Beach Club is the distance to EPCOT. And I think if you're going to stay in the Beach Club area, it's a really good idea to have that park hopper ticket. That means that you can go to whatever park you can park hop, go between the parks throughout the day. I think if you're at Beach Club, it's really easy to go to other parks during the day and then in the evening go over to EPCOT. I love going to EPCOT in the afternoon, evening time. I think that that's a great time to go. It's definitely a calmer park where it's not so high intense like Magic Kingdom is, where it's ride, 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 ride. You know, EPCOT is a little more relaxed and a little more like, oh, let's go look at that over there, and not so much planning. So I really like that distance to EPCOT. Another huge pro is that if you need to get to anything in Beach Club, everything is inside the building. So you're not walking out if it's raining or things like that. Everything is there in the building. There is a spa on property. I think that this is I talked about it when I talked about the Grand Floridian. We use the spa when we stay at the Grand Floridian. We like to do massages the last day, get, all those achy muscles, taken care of. Or even I'll go and do a pedicure and get like an extra massage with that, just so my legs feel a little better afterwards. And it's much easier to do it when it's right there at your resort. Stormalong Bay, that pool area is absolutely amazing. I think that although you're sharing it with Yacht Club, you're kind of spread out with the way and how big the pool area is. I also like all the different types of dining options there. I think that having that really makes it fun and like, okay, well, if I'm staying there a week, I could try every single restaurant each night and everyone would be different. So I really like that. I like that I can have a variety of foods that I don't always have to do quick service when I'm staying at a resort. I also like that it's near the boardwalk area. So the boardwalk is another resort. The boardwalk inn is another resort. And you can kind of walk over to the boardwalk area. And again, that's more food. They sometimes have entertainment there. There is this is everyone's favorite. There's a margarita stand over there. So there's just different things that are over there. And it just gives you more opportunities for more food options and things like that. Now, what I will say as some of the cons is the rooms can seem very far away. So you could feel like you're walking forever and it's like, when am I getting to the end of this? I will also say the quick service does seem a little more limited than it does at the moderate or value resorts. It's just that, there's very few offerings there. So if you have super picky eaters, just be aware of that. Or if you're looking to always get quick service food there, you're going to be limited. So you might have to walk over to like the boardwalk area to get some of those quick service options. I will say, although you can walk to Hollywood Studios, it is kind of a long walk. I mean, I'm talking probably 15 minutes of a walk. So it's not super easy to do the walk. So I really think that you can take the boat over, and that is a good option. But again, it only holds so many, and you're sharing that boat with the beach and yacht club, the boardwalk, and the Swan and Dolphin Resort. So you're sharing it, 4 resorts have one boat every, 10, 15 minutes. So that can be time consuming there. And then to get to the Skyliner, you're still going to have to walk probably at least 5, 6 minutes just to get to the Skyliner. So I would say if you are always wanting to go to Hollywood Studios, that's fine, but you need to know that the walk that's going to be involved or the other transportation that you're going to need to use. I will say the biggest con for me, and it's almost shocking to me, like sometimes I get on the bus when I have to go to Magic Kingdom from Yacht Club and Beach Club, and I am shocked that you share the bus with Beach Club, Yacht Club, and the Boardwalk Inn. You're sharing it with 3 different resorts. And I just never understood that a deluxe resort has to share that transportation so much. It can take forever to get to your resort sometimes. And I mean, like, it could take an hour. Like, you get on the bus and you won't get back to your resort for an hour. Now, it doesn't always happen like that. I just always seem to hit like the buses at the wrong time. And it almost always takes me an hour from Magic Kingdom to get back to Beach Club. And they don't really like announce that you're going to other resorts. It's just like everybody gets on, and often Beach Club and Yacht Club share buses, but they don't say that Boardwalk is also sharing the bus. And sometimes they'll go over to Boardwalk first, then they'll go to Yacht Club, and then you'll be at Beach Club. And yes, you can get off at Yacht Club, but man, let me tell you, I've done that walk not even knowing that you're sharing buses. And I was like, oh my gosh, this walk is so long. So just be aware of that when you're taking it to Hollywood, Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, that bus ride can be long and it can be very crowded. I've never been on a Beach Club bus that wasn't 100% filled and people were standing. So be aware of that. Okay, so then I talked about great reasons to stay here. If you are a fan of EPCOT, this is the place to stay. Stormalong Bay, you like pools, your kids are into pools, you want to go swimming, this is the place to go. If you love great restaurants, I mean, every time I talk about all of these restaurants, like I want to go to all of them every time I'm there. So make sure that you understand that you want to get those dining reservations in. If you can do Yachtsman Steakhouse, I've never had a bad experience there. So and I keep planning when I'm going to go back. The spa is awesome. I love having a spa right there. I find it much easier to make sure that I get in that pedicure or massage or just whatever it is that I need, whatever service that I need, so that I can feel refreshed from my vacation. And another thing, deluxe resorts have access to extended evening hours. This means on certain nights you have an hour to 2 hours in the parks that are only offered to deluxe resort guests. So if you're staying at a value, if you're staying at a moderate, you don't get access to those evening hours. So this is a great option for you to kind of see if you want to get in some late night things, especially at EPCOT or Hollywood Studios. They're much closer. That will really help you get in some extra time in the parks. What clients say, everyone, I know I've said this many times, but everyone says they love being close to EPCOT. It's so nice to just be able to walk over, go into the park for a little bit, and then come back. Maybe go to Stormalong Bay, eat at one of the restaurants, and then in the later evening, go back into EPCOT. It's just so nice. I think EPCOT is an amazing park, so I also love that too. I like that all the restaurants are inside also. But one of my clients, he stayed at the Grand Floridian, then he stayed at the Beach Club. He was like, Beach Club all the way. I didn't have to go outside. If if everything is in the building, it makes it a little easier on you. If it rains, and in Florida, it rains. It does. Um, One of my clients also had a similar experience to me. They had a really hard time on the buses. When they had to use the buses, it just seemed harder on them, and it just made so many stops, and they make zero announcements that they're stopping at different locations. The pools do get crowded, but they're still amazing. I think if you're not too picky, like I don't need a chair for my husband, myself, and my 4-year-old son all the time. We're not always all sitting at the same time. So sometimes if we could just get 2 seats together, that's fine too. Or even I'm sure my husband will say he has no problem sitting somewhere else while my son and I sit together. um, and a lot of my clients say they wish they had a whole day just to be at the resort, that there just feels like there's so much to do there, and they just want to walk over to the boardwalk and check out things there, and they just want time at those restaurants that are there. That sometimes leaving the parks to come eat back at the beach club seems like a lot of work. So they just want that full day so they can really enjoy the resort, really enjoy Stormalong Bay. And when they stay for the whole day at the resort, the pool doesn't seem as crowded. I get that a lot too. Like, oh, there were times when it was crowded, but it's not always crowded. And that's what you kind of have to remember there too, that it kind of depends on what time you're going and all that stuff. So, all right, I hope this helped you so you know more about the Beach Club Resort at Disney World. It is one of my favorites, and I really think that that location to Epcot can really make your vacation so much better. And please let me know in the comments if you have any questions. And also, you can reach out to me below if you need help booking your next vacation. And I hope to talk to you next time on Magical Travel Adventure. Bye.